Topaz Photo AI, another new update on the early access version. This is update 0.10.1. Now with subject mask refinement, it's getting better and better. Let's take a look. Stay tuned. Hello everyone and welcome to the Joy of Editing with Dave Kelly. Yes, there's a new update for the early access version of Topaz Photo AI. And this is version 0.10.1. And now we have subject mask refinement. This is a nice new feature. I think you're going to like it. And we're going to really take a look at that today. I'll show you how this works on two images. This image right here, more of a landscape. And then I have a person in the other example. This way we can see how the subject refinement works on a person versus a landscape, and we'll also look at face recovery. And don't forget, if you own the image quality bundle, this is a free download for you. You won't have to be paying for Topaz Photo AI even after it's released, so that's really nice. If you don't yet own any of the Topaz products, click on my affiliate link in the description below. It'll take you to the image quality bundle, and there you're going to save $59.98 when you do that. And also, if you own some of the products, you can complete the bundle right there at that link as well, and you'll just pay for what you need, which is nice. And when you use my affiliate link, I make a small commission, and that helps me to keep my tutorials coming your way. And for that, I want to thank each and every one of you that use my affiliate links. Well, let's go ahead and check out subject mask refinement. I'm going to go ahead and launch Topaz Photo AI. I'm just coming up here to file. This is a raw file with no adjustments on it whatsoever, no noise reduction, no nothing. I'm going to go to plugin extras and come right down to the bottom, process with Photo AI. I'm going to edit a copy because I don't want to edit my original just in case something goes wrong. So I'm going to edit a copy and we'll get started. First off, let's take a look at autopilot up here. We're using a raw image. We have raw image data. Subject's been detected. Subject is out of focus and the image noise level is medium. So we're off to a good start here. It found everything correctly. Now, if I hover over subject detected, you can see it's picked this sunflower in the front. It didn't get the whole sunflower, but you could come here to refine, and you could go ahead and, right now it's on default, where it's just picking a subject. And then if you have a portrait, you can click on portrait. It'll interact differently with these different models here. And then you have landscape. Right now it's on default, which is picking the subject, as I said. But this is actually a landscape. Now, I could refine this. I'll just show you here. I could take the sensitivity. This is new, the sensitivity slider. Now it has to update itself. See how it's picking up more of the image? And if I keep dragging it to the right, it's going to pick up even more. So that's way too much. So you could drag it back. Now, we still don't have brush masking yet, which hopefully that'll be a part of Photo AI before the release date. But we're going in the right direction here. And then we can soften the edges by adjusting this here. Okay, so we can soften the edges if we want to. But this is a landscape, as I said, so let's click on landscape and see what it does. Now, I've already adjusted sensitivity. It would have locked in perfectly if I wouldn't have done that, so I'm just going to back this off, just like that. That's what it would have picked here. And again, the softness, we can adjust the softness here. Now, if it's getting some areas outside of here that you don't want it to get, remember, this is artificial intelligence. It's going to handle those areas just fine. It's not going to have a problem because Photo AI does not sharpen things that aren't supposed to be sharp in the first place. It analyzes everything before it actually does its sharpening. So that's important to note. Once you're satisfied with the refinement, just click Done, and that will be locked in. Now note, it says subject is in focus. It said subject was out of focus before. I don't know what's going on there. Probably a little minor bug there that they're going to probably have to look at. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on sharpening by clicking this toggle and give it a second to update. It has to remove noise. Now it's preparing the sharpened model. And this is real time. This is how long it takes. Now, I am zoomed in to fit. If I were to zoom in to say like 200 or 400%, and now we even have 800%. So that is nice. So we can really get up close and personal and see what's happening. So there we go. Now let's take a look. Here is the before. I'm going to toggle off sharpening. Here's the before. And here's the after. This video is in 4K, so hopefully you can see that sharpening. But let's go ahead and zoom in to say 200%. And now we'll let it update itself. And as you can see, it's working a lot quicker. It's sharpening right now, and it is done. But here is the before. I'm just left clicking and holding with my mouse. Here's the before, and here is the after. So nice and sharp. Now let's go into this area here. This is where you can really see the noise. Now it has to update itself, and it's doing the sharpening right now. Give it a second or two, and here we go. Now here is the before. Do you see all that noise? And now here's the after. So it's done a really good job. And I think I'm satisfied with my overall result. I really like Topaz Photo AI. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about it. Do you think this is going to be a great product? For me, you know, sharpening images and denoising them, I think it's going to do a great job with that. I'll be using Photo AI as a plugin in Photoshop. That's just my workflow. That's just the way I like to do it. I get great results that way, but if you like to batch process out raw files, it's going to be great for that as well. So let me go ahead and click Save to Adobe Lightroom Classic, and I'll go ahead and let this finish processing. I'll pause the video and I'll meet you right back in Lightroom. And here we are inside of Lightroom Classic. I got rid of my panels just so we can really see everything nice and clear. I'm in the XY comparison mode. I like it for comparing images. And I'm going to go ahead and turn my lights out. If you type your L key twice, you'll shut your lights out. But if we look at these two images, I mean, I don't really see any color shifting here. Looks pretty good. The image on the left is the Photo AI processed image. The image on the right is the original image. The only thing I can say, it's a little bit lighter, but I think they're getting this honed in. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. Let's go ahead and zoom in. Let's zoom into these B's on here. So again, the image on the right is the original raw file with no noise reduction or sharp. The image on the left is Photo AI, sharpened and noise reduced. So it looks really good. I'm zoomed in at, I believe, 200%. But let's look at an area where we can really see that noise in these out of focus areas, color noise and just luminance noise. But over here, it's clean and it's sharp and it looks really good. So I'm really happy with that result. Now let's see how it acts on a person. I have a stock image here. I'm in my Finder. I'm just going to right click on this image and go to Open with Topaz Photo AI right here. It'll launch Photo AI and we'll see what it does. Now we can see subject is detected, and if I hover over the subject you can see it. But notice, see the hand on the left-hand side, it has missed that. I'll show you. That's really not a problem. You'll see why in a sec. But the subject's in focus, luminance noise level is medium. One of one faces are low quality. So if I hover over the face, you can see it's found the face there. And we're going to look at the face recovery too. And you'll notice face recovery is on and remove noise is on, but sharpen is off because it said the image was sharp. But let's go ahead and look at the new refined subject mask. I'll go ahead and click on refine. And again, you can see that hand has not been selected because it's looking for a subject and it's got most of the subject right, and it's really good. Now we can adjust the sensitivity and softness here if we want to, but let's go to portrait and see what happens. Watch that hand when I click on portrait. It's found it now. So it's doing a really good job. Now it's missed a little piece down here, and this is on 50. Remember that. I'm going to see if I can bring that in. Yeah, I can get more of the thumb in. Let's keep going to the right. I can get more of that area. It's picking up something here, so that's not 100% perfect, but it's pretty darn close. But I'm looking forward to brush masking because I could fix a little problem area very simply. But let me put this back to 50, and I'm going to settle on that. I think that's good, and I'm going to click Done. Now let's go ahead and turn sharpening on. So you could click here or on the toggle. It doesn't matter. We'll click it, and if I hover over the subject here, this little icon lets us see the subject. You can see it's got the entire subject there, and it looks good. And it's picked motion blur for us at a strength of 16. I may just give that a little bit more just so you can actually see it. Give it a chance here to update. Now it's zoomed into 100%, so it's a little slower at that level. Here's the before, and here is the after. So it looks really nice and sharp. Let's take a look at it at zoomed into 200%. Here is the before, and here's the after. Now I may be a little over sharpened, so this is a good tip. Zoom in when you really want to sharpen something so you can really see what you're doing. So I'm going to back this off a little bit because remember, this image was sharp and it really probably didn't need much in the way of sharpening. But that looks good. Here's the before and here's the after. Now let me go ahead and shut off face recovery. So I'll shut this off and let's open this up so we can see there's a strength slider in here. Whoops, let me shut it off again. But look at the eyes up here. Looks a little funny up here with the sharpening. But watch what happens to the face. It really looks nice when I turn on face recovery. Doesn't that do a beautiful job? Now, you can pull this strength back. It's up to 100% by default. I'm going to pull the strength back a little bit and see the difference. Here's the before and here's the after. But doesn't that look really nice? I really like this face recovery. I think it does a really good job. And now my work is done here in Photo AI, and I'm happy with these results. I think this is the best update yet. I'm going to click Save, and I'm going to save this out as a TIFF file, and I'll compress it to zip 16 bits. Now, if you compress it to LZW, a different compression, it only lets you get 8 bits here. So I want 16 bits. And you'll notice the file size jumps up to like 10 megabytes, 10.8 megabytes. If I were to change this to JPEG, it's 16 megabytes. So why not go with TIFF? But either way, it's going to be fine. I'm going to go ahead with TIFF at 10 megabytes and click Save, and then we'll do some examining. I'm just viewing this in the preview on my Mac. Now this is the JPEG. Now compare it to the new TIFF sharpened, but the face looks good. It looks nice and sharp. And now I've zoomed in. This is the JPEG as compared to the Photo AI result. But I think it came out really nice. And now you got a taste of the new subject mask refinement. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. I think it works really well. I'm still waiting for brush masking. We still need that. Well, there it is, everyone. Topaz Photo AI version 0.10.1, now with subject mask refinement. Do you think they're going to be on time with the full release of Topaz Photo AI? I'd like to know. Let me know in the comments section below. But I think we're really moving in a really good direction, and I'm really happy with what is taking place here. Hey, if you enjoyed this tutorial today, please give it a like, share it with your friends, and if you're not yet a subscriber, please subscribe. Click that bell notification icon, and then you'll get notified each time I put up a new video. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me today in the Joy of Editing with Dave Kelly, and I'll see you all right here next time. But until then, happy editing!